So dear student, we were discussing properties of the material. We have discussed two properties, appearance and hardness. Now the third property which we are going to discuss, that is soluble or insoluble. In your surrounding, you will find that some of the material they are soluble in water and or any other liquid, and some of the material they are insoluble. For example, you can take example of few material around you, like you can take sugar, you can take salt, chalk powder, right? You can take mud and many more substances you can take. Now let us discuss these substances. You take a beaker or you can take a tumbler. In that tumbler you fill it half with water. Now put some sugar, 1 or 2 spoon of sugar in that. Take another glass tumbler and put 1 or 2 spoon of salt in that. Similarly, chalk powder and mud. Now you dissolve them, but you will find after some time that sugar and salt, they are not visible in water now. They get dissolved in water. It means sugar and salt are soluble in water. On the other hand, chalk powder and mud, they will settle down at the bottom of the container. You have taken tumbler, so in the bottom of the tumbler you will find that chalk powder has settled down, mud has settled down. It means they are insoluble in water. So some of the material they are soluble in water and some of the material they are insoluble in water. I have given you example like sugar and salt, they are soluble in water. Chalk powder and mud, they are insoluble in water. You can take other example of also like of liquid. You can take some liquid also like milk, alcohol, vinegar, lemon juice, right? You will find that liquid like milk, alcohol, vinegar, lemon juice, they are miscible in water. They get easily mixed with water. So these are miscible liquid. And some of the liquid like oil, you can take kerosene, you can take mustard oil or coconut oil. You will find that these oil will float on water. They do not get mixed with water. So some of the liquid they mix with water, we call them miscible liquid. Like lemon juice, vinegar, alcohol, milk, they get mixed with water. These are miscible liquids. And liquid like oil, kerosene, mustard oil, coconut oil, they do not mix with water. So these are immiscible liquids. Some of the gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, they are also soluble in water to some extent. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, they dissolve in water to some extent. That is why the plants or animals which are living in water, they can survive easily just because of the dissolved oxygen present in water. Right? So you are observing now that many of the solid like salt, sugar, many of the liquid like alcohol, vinegar, lemon juice, and gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, they are soluble in water. That is why water is called universal solvent. So what I have told you, water is called a universal solvent because it can dissolve a number of substances in it. Many solid, many liquids and many gases also. So water is called universal solvent because it can dissolve a number of substances in it, whether a solid, liquid or gas. Clear to everyone? Now we will discuss the next property. And that property is that the substance float in water. You will find that some material they float on water. For example, wood, paper, feather, they float on water. And some of the material like iron nail or any key or a coin, right, they get sink in water. So some of the material they float on water because they have less density than water. They are less denser than water, so they float on water, right? And some of the material they are more denser than water. They have more density than water, so they get sink in water. So on the basis of floating and sinking, you can categorize, you can group materials into different groups, right? So some of the material they float on water and some of the material they get sink in water, and on this basis we can differentiate the materials. Now the next property is transparency. Transparency. Right? You will find that some of the material they allow the light to pass through them, and some of the material they do not allow light to pass through them. For example, a wall made of concrete. Wall will not allow the light to pass through it. For example, this board, it will not allow light to pass through it. But some of the material like glass, water, air, they allow the light to pass through them. They are called transparent. And the material which do not allow light to pass through them, they are called opaque. So I am telling you about transparent object, transparent, opaque, so transparent objects are those objects which allow the light to pass through them. Example, glass, air, water, many plastic also. There are many types of plastic. Some are transparent and some are opaque. Right? So, glass, many plastic, air, water, they allow the light to pass through them. There is another way to define transparent object. You can also say that transparent material or transparent object are those which enable us to see through them, which allow us to see through them. So transparent material allow us to see through them. Reason is that they allow light to pass through them, so we are able to see through them. So in any way you can define transparent object, you can say they allow the light to pass through them. For example, glass, water, air. They allow the light to pass through them. Or you can say transparent objects are those objects through which we can see. And opaque objects, these are the objects, these are the material which do not allow light to pass through them. Or you can say that we cannot see through these material. So in any way you can define transparent and opaque. Now there is one more type of material you will find on the basis of transparency. You will find one more type of material, and that is translucent. I have told you transparent allow light to pass through them. Opaque, they do not allow light to pass through them. But translucent, these are the materials which allow light to pass through them, but partially, not fully. Partially means not fully. They allow the light, some of the light can pass through them. So you can see through them but not clearly. Vision is not clear through a translucent material. Clear to everyone? So translucent object or material, these are the material which allow the light to pass through them partially. Spelling of partially is P-A-R-T-I-A-L-L-Y. Now let me tell you the example. Translucent, glass, air, water. Transparent, glass, air, water. Translucent object, example butter paper, tracing paper. Right? Transparent object, air, water, glass are the example. Translucent object, tracing paper, butter paper, these are the example of translucent material. Now opaque. Wood is opaque, many plastic they are opaque, metals they are opaque, you cannot see through them. So you can give example of metals, you can give example of wood, and some plastic also do not allow the light to pass through them. They are called opaque. I hope now it is clear to you that on the basis of transparency, whether the object is translucent, transparent or opaque, they can be classified into different groups. These were all the properties which were mentioned in your book, which I have discussed with you. So we have revised complete chapter. Still, if you have any query, any doubt, you are free to ask on my personal number.